You hatch from an egg no bigger than a grain of rice. You cannot see. You cannot walk. For the first stretch of your life, you cannot even feed yourself. Older sisters carry you from chamber to chamber, feeding you, cleaning you, deciding everything about your survival before you have any say in it. For millions of years, ants have survived this way. Helplessness at the start. Total dependence on a colony you did not choose to be born into. And yet ants are now thought to outnumber humans by a margin few people can fully picture. Cornell University has spent decades studying colonies like yours, mapping how a single nest can function as one coordinated system rather than a collection of separate individuals. The Smithsonian Institution holds entire collections built around understanding exactly how that coordination evolved. Entomologists have a name for it. Superorganism behavior, where the colony survives long after any single ant inside it has died. You begin as a larva, soft and pale, completely dependent. You grow inside a sealed chamber fed constantly by workers who have no biological need to help you, except that the colony needs you to exist. Eventually, you spin a thin cocoon around your body. Inside that cocoon, something extraordinary happens. Metamorphosis, the process where your entire body restructures itself into a different form. Legs appear, eyes form. Wherever you started, you do not end there. Is that strange to imagine? Your body has no opinion on the matter. It simply changes. You emerge as an adult ant, and within hours, you are already working. There is no childhood after this point, no transition period. You are handed a job, and you begin immediately. For your first days as an adult, you stay inside the nest. You care for eggs and larvae younger than you once were, cleaning chambers, feeding siblings you have never met before and somehow already trust completely. The University of Exeter has documented how this division of labor shifts as ants age, a pattern researchers call age polyethism. Young ants generally work inside the nest. Older ants take on riskier jobs outside it. Your assignment is not a choice. It is closer to a biological schedule. As you get older, your role changes. You may become a builder, expanding tunnels through soil one grain at a time, reinforcing walls, carving new chambers for a colony that keeps growing whether or not you ever see its full size. You may become a forager instead, leaving the nest for the first time, walking across open ground that suddenly feels enormous compared to the tunnels you grew up in. Let's reconstruct one of your days as a forager. You step out of the nest entrance into bright daylight. The air smells different out here. Larger, less controlled. You move in a search pattern, antennae sweeping constantly, picking up chemical signals left behind by sisters who walk this same path before you. You find food, a dead insect far larger than your own body. You cannot carry it alone. So you release a trail of pheromone as you return to the nest, marking the path for others to follow. Within minutes, a line of your sisters appears, following a scent trail you created without ever being taught how. Together, you carry the food back piece by piece, more efficiently than any one of you could manage individually. This is the counterintuitive twist most people miss when they imagine ant colonies. No single ant is making decisions for the group. There is no foreman directing traffic. The colony's intelligence emerges from thousands of individual ants, each one following simple chemical rules, with no awareness of the larger pattern they are creating. Nature has published studies tracking exactly this kind of behavior, demonstrating how something as complex as efficient foraging routes can emerge from creatures with no capacity for planning at all. You are not solving a logistics problem. You are simply following a scent, the same way every forager before you has done. Outside the nest, danger is constant. Birds, larger insects, sudden weather. A single forager that wanders too far or too slow may never make it back. The colony does not pause to mourn this. There is no funeral, no search party sent out after dark. Another ant takes the same path the next day, following the same trail markers, doing the same job. That is the part of ant life that unsettles people most when they really think about it. Individual ants are, in a sense, disposable. The colony is not. A worker ant typically lives anywhere from several weeks to a few months, depending on species and role, while a queen ant in the same colony can live for years, sometimes well over a decade. The difference is staggering, considering they share nearly identical genetics. Why would evolution allow such an extreme gap in lifespan between two ants from the same nest? The Entomological Society of America has explored this question directly and seen across many social insects. The colony, not the individual, is the unit that natural selection is really shaping. A queen's long life allows the colony to continue producing new workers for years. A worker's shorter, harder life allows the colony to function and expand day by day, season by season. You were never meant to live long. You were meant to work, dig, forage, and defend, contributing to something that will outlast you by decades. Does that sound familiar? Many people spend years of effort building something they personally will not get to see finished. A road they will never drive on the day it opens. A company that grows long after they have moved on from it. A family line that continues writing chapters they will never read. The difference is you never resent the arrangement. You do not calculate whether your individual effort was worth it. You simply keep working until your body gives out, because that is what your entire structure was built to do. When your life as a worker ends, the colony barely pauses. Other ants continue the tunnels you helped dig. Other foragers walk the trails you helped mark. New larvae hatch in chambers you may have once cleaned, raised by sisters who will never know your name and never need to. The nest does not remember individual ants. It only carries forward what each one contributed while alive. You hatch from an egg no bigger than a grain of rice. Somewhere beneath the surface right now, another one of you is hatching in exactly the same way, beginning a life that depends entirely on a colony, and ending in a way that colony depends on too.